stage. Hello, Harith and Nemo, and anybody else that's lurking. It's time to start the stream for about.
Are we
now.
live?
We are now.
Yes, I switched. There's no intro on this one. Anybody in the chat can let me know how loud my mic is on stream.
I'm sandwiched between the Dyad right now. This is a Dyad sandwich. Oh. It was cozy for a second.
What do you mean? It can still be cozy.
Hit the peak question to begin the lives. Are we rolling? Are we live? Very true. I think that's how, for a long time, Critical Role started their things. Are we live?
I think I remember
Yeah.
Usually, the person who hits the button that go live will say something like, "All right, and we're live," and an intro. But
Nah, not around here. This is the Wild West. Yep.
No, it's not an awkward silence. I was just looking up whether or not a recent Windows update did anything.
Fun stuff.
But the last update was just a security update.
Microphone security. I got nothing.
and I'm just low energy today because there's stuff.
Felt. I spent a good chunk of my day today working on something for my work, only to find out later that it was all for nothing. So it was like sick. I have to do it all again tomorrow, but a different way.
You work in IT. All the work is for nothing, and everyone hates you.
It's for real.
Listen, back when I was at the financial company I was doing IT stuff for before I switched to the actual financial side. It was so weird. It was like they hated us. It was like they didn't want to pay us. We were the only people capable of making things work. And
well, the reason why they don't like you is because you're the one who
company,
has to say no.
Listen, no one else in the company knew anything. They didn't know what was going on. They didn't know what they were doing. We had to learn how to run everything for all departments so that we could teach them how to do it. And then they still treated us with the utmost disrespect, like at a corporate level. And they wouldn't pay anyone any money and all this stuff. And I swear to you, when I switched over to the financial side, I got like immediately like $8 an hour more for less work and easier work. And then from there, I got like promotions and bonuses and all that stuff way more often, and it was just assumed. And I was like, "Is this what it's like? Y'all don't know anything, though." Like,
Yep.
are you kidding me? You guys just like disrespect technology this much? It was crazy.
It's hard for people to quantify how much something costs, be that an employee, a service, whatever the case might be, when they don't understand it. right? So they're like, yeah, sure. All you do is you just sit there and play games and look at your monitor every now and again. I'm not paying you anything. And it's like, if somebody in IT has the ability to sit on their hands and do nothing, that person is very good at their job, and nothing's exploding. And so it's like, yeah, I don't know. But also the fact of like,
It's a department that's not directly tied to the income
what you're doing.
of the
Wow.
business.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You're not selling the thing, so you're not getting promotion, and you're not the people that the salesmen are handing the things off to.
It's hard to see a direct correlation to profits when you spend money on IT.
Which is weird though, because most of these companies are technology. Like I was working for a software company, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Yep. No, but
It's the same thing across capitalism in general. Nobody recognizes the people that actually are responsible for enabling the sales to begin with. The people that manufacture the stuff. The you know how the conversation is always like, without the workers, you wouldn't have anything to sell.
mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm silent because my tattoo is at the peeling stage and it's bothering me.
Itchy, 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 itchy. Ugh, I want more tattoos.
Some more hustle butter.
A job where people don't hate you? What's that? Cries in education field.
Mm-hmm.
How? I don't even understand, Harith, how you got into the education field. It felt like it just popped up somehow.
Element sounds quieter than Cal and Chaco. Yeah, we established that in the backstage, and I don't know
Which is weird because he sounds fine for me now.
because it's the auto gain on the call.
True. Yeah, so there's something within OBS that's capturing your audio as well,
OBS
maybe?
is capturing it directly. I'm not capturing the call
Mhm.
audio. Well, I'm capturing the call audio for you guys.
So then potentially the auto gain in Video Ninja is compensating for gain being low on your mixer.
I mean, I haven't changed my mixer. The only thing that I
Could-
have done with the mixer is plug in my guitar.
Could you potentially turn off auto gain within Video Ninja and then crank the gain on your mixer a tad?
I could. That's when you guys started hearing the background noise. Which
I
is
thought that was
odd
when
because
you
I-
first turned on auto gain, though. Not to make things complicated. Ugh. Audio stuff, man.
The thing is, this shouldn't be happening because I have a fat head on me, on my daisy chain. So I should just
yeah, now
be
we're
getting
back
free
to-
gain. Well, I mean, this is the increased gain on the mixer, and now I just hear myself so loudly in my headphones.
Was something in your daisy chain then might be not powered?
I mean, it could be the fat head could have done some. I mean, if the fat head was, so the fat head is just a booster. It's just a clean gain, but I'm wondering if my mic would still be working if that in the chain was failing.
If it could be a partial fail. And it's just like the electrical connection between everything's still there, but what it's supposed to be doing is not functional.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. It does sound like your mic would sound without without the fed head.
Levels, I'm at -20. Well, I suppose there's. I might just spring for a cloud lifter and see if that solves it. The only thing that's confusing me is if it is a partial fail. Right, because if the fat head, with it being between my mic and the mixer, is failing.
Well, because you said it's supposed to give you a net gain boost, and if it's not giving that net gain boost but still passing audio through, that would be why you're quiet.
Is that actually on the? Are you still using the Focusrite?
Yeah, the Focusrite is at the end of the chain.
Yeah. So do you use like the 48 volt boost on the Focusrite? Is that on?
No, it's on the mixer.
Okay.
And so it's mic to mic switch to fat head to mixer to the Focusrite. Focusrite is just there to take the final signal and put it into the computer.
I like your fancy words, Magic Man. I'm like,
Yeah,
I have
phantom
mic plugged
powers.
into mixer, plugged into a computer. That's all I got.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. So like for instance, I have a my mic goes into the cloud lifter into the Focusrite, but I have to turn on the 48 volt phantom power on the Focusrite. And so just throwing it out there because it sounds like what mine would sound like if I didn't have that on.
yeah, I know. There's the phantom powers on the mixer.
Potentially, could you bypass it to test it?
Not right now.
I mean,
No, without calling out onto your desk.
with the auto gain on, we can hear you, and it seems like something we would troubleshoot after, while we're not live.
Yeah, I guess a temporary thing you could do would be to turn on the auto gain in Video Ninja so we can hear you, potentially bump it up in OBS so the stream can hear you better.
Well, the first thing that I would do in terms of isolation is connect directly to the mixer without the fat head and see if it's even
Sure,
quieter.
but I'm saying for
Sure,
it now.
but we're live, and like the show's about to pop off. If you
Yeah.
want to troubleshoot,
I just want to make sure that, because if we
that's
were
how
to
you
hit
get
play
people
on the
to leave
episode
your
right now, I
stream.
don't think I would be able to hear you with how quiet you are in comparison.
Am I
and I
still
don't know how
quiet
it would be
without
for
the
stream.
auto gain?
Quieter, yeah.
Because I'm coming in through OBS at -20, which is fine. It's green. It's borderline yellow. But I am really loud in my monitor. Actually, if the fat head wasn't working, I wouldn't be coming in loud on my monitor. Because what I hear in the monitor is the signal that the mixer is getting. So something on the computer side is lowering it.
Windows settings for your microphone?
It's always at 100 because it's just volume for the Focusrite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will say you sound better now than you were earlier.
Yeah, so it's right now. It's in the good enough stage.
Mm-hmm.
So we should probably troubleshoot it after we're no longer live.
Okay, the new episode's up. We're gonna play through this. Nope, never mind. Oh yeah, is this a recap? There was no
Probably.
Disney Plus sizzle. Okay. All right, Harith. Episode's up. We're gonna. No wait. This is an ad. I'm gonna skip it.
Pause tunage too.
All right, I'm gonna start the timer after this splash. All right. So if you guys wanna watch along, you can press play in 3, 2, 1. Oh, he didn't push him. We're going to see Punisher.
I mean, he's got to clear his name. He clearly did not shoot Hector.
But he only has to clear his name to us, the audience. It's not like he was on video for that.
Yeah.
Nice. Is that her?
Yep. Oh, Angela. I mean, the cops are about to put a bullet through his head, of course.
Damn, kids these days and their acting. Triggered.
Muse time.
Mewtwo's time.
Is that significant?
Interesting.
That's Muse.
Who's Muse?
Muse is.
We'll see.
I didn't. When you said Muse, I was like, "Is this a Muse song?" I don't know, but
No, nope.
Muse is a messed up character.
That's when I saw the paintings. I'm like, they keep holding on these for a long time.
Yes, Craig. Choco wears his Pikachu hat on our Star Wars streams as well. It can change from time to time.
Muse.
We're nerds. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Muse
They're
is
gonna
a
be in Rivals?
character. Is a character who his ability is that he's hard to perceive. So
Like-
imagine he's hard to hear, he's hard to touch, like you just don't notice his presence.
Like at an ocular level, or like on like video, he's obscured.
Okay, if you joined a stream and someone's like their lights were dim, their microphone was low, and you could barely like their window was small and out of focus, but in real life. And so he starts to do art with people, and that gets people's attention. Then he goes to hell, and a bunch of stuff happens.
So is it? But is it kind of like? Is it kind of like you're aware something is there, you just can't really like perceive it clearly?
It's like a
It's
ninja.
complicated.
It's like a ninja that's hiding their presence to stalk you, except he's not trying.
Right. The thing I'm trying to, I suppose, create a distinction between is he invisible or
No.
just okay?
I did that for years, actually. Not the share on the train thing, but she fine.
Oh, Captain Planet reference.
It's Captain Planet Marvel.
No.
It's like, oh, that was its own thing.
I need to do research to see how the Don Cheadle Captain Planet thing happened, because that's so weird.
I thought it was just a skit on SNL.
Craig says it's more like a chameleon's ability to camouflage.
If it were completely involuntary, I could see that.
I think she's fine. I feel like I know her from another show.
The music. He's 6 feet under.
Presolve.
New pair of concrete shoes.
Okay. Why does she get after school? The other guy, though, is not me. Was that a nod?
Putting
Did he
my
play
piece to the head.
Did he play a vigilante in like an old show? It's actually the most innocent form of justice. What's he mean by paid for it last week? Would it be wrong of me to just like not want to represent that dude? This conversation is very suggestive.
Right? Like, I'm like,
Can you guys
bro,
like
talk about the law.
Okay, Jesus, she's
Eyes-
giving him the eye.
I had this woman dentist, and that type of conversation was happening while her hands were in my mouth. Another dentist was trying to hit on her, and I'm like, "Go away, dude!"
Yeesh.
Doesn't mean shit. If your whole family wore that badge before you, you were the one single disgrace to it.
Black eye or black guy?
Who's that guy supposed to be? Controlling Vanessa's mob?
Yeah, her like liaison to him.
I mean, he is right. But 10 days is still a gift. Considering what he's facing.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm involuntarily hearing Daniel-san every time he says his name. Daniel-san.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Please, no more.
Wait. Chaco. Isn't Doctor Doom...
Huh?
Isn't Doctor Doom Ladverian?
No, no. He's. I'm sorry. Latveria but they're saying Latvian.
God damn. That's what she's thinking.
I mean, if he's not careful, he's gonna choke on it. You know.
Scary.
She's like, "This is an HR violate. What the hell?"
Does Latveria exist in the MCU?
Not that we've seen, not yet.
Oh, he's gonna hear the declination in. That's where it went.
What's Daredevil about? That's about a blind man who can see and fights crime.
How's it going, Connor? What's rootin' and tootin' in your life today? A couple of interviews.
Daredevil.
Did you say GG or Peachy?
Peachy.
Dang.
That was a much needed scene.
It was beautiful. Every time they come together, it's spectacular. I like how she just chills there with the lights off.
It's how he likes it.
But when he's not home, or does he like it like that, or is it just like it's cheaper and he doesn't need them?
Exactly.
Look at this music.
What if Fisk has Adam and he beats on him every night? And that's why his knuckles are always bloody.
He's inside of a punching bag who's been dead for weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was gonna put one on. Whoa. Oh. What's he doing?
It's paint.
Yeah, he basically just went to Michael's. Just
Hi,
literally.
this is Michael. Woo.
Dang.
You ever watch a show and then realize like your fists have been clenched the entire time?
Can't say that I have.
Just out of like just anxiety, I guess.
Been clammy before.
Yeah, no, I've definitely like seen stuff and like realized, oh, I'm literally on the edge of my seat.
Should probably change the music. Doesn't match anymore.
I didn't hear what you said.
He's just saying you should probably change the music. It doesn't match anymore. The like jolly Halloween music.
Yeah.
Well, I think another good episode. I think that episode definitely needed what was the standout scene for me, which was, of course, Frank and Matt. I remember thinking to myself as we were watching the episode that, like, of course, the needle moved with Hector's, assassination, but I was like, things need to escalate a little bit here. And Frank and Matt's scene was a masterclass in escalation in terms of like emotionally, because I hadn't really thought about that part of Matt's journey, that he had never actually said his name or acknowledged how much it's holding him back, and Frank doing this, like, say his name, and then he started breaking down because he couldn't say his name.
And I like seeing Frank like all broken down Unabomber style, just fisting pills, because he lives in that. And so he is the person to come to for advice on that. But also, like, do you listen to him? Because things aren't working out super well for him. He's not exactly well adjusted. But what Matt is currently doing isn't working. But I also liked how I did not know that Daredevil Born Again was going to give you so much of a look at government and red tape and why it's there, but also the criminal justice side. I mean, that part comes with him being a lawyer and that aspect of it. But like when the guy who stole the fiddle faddle was talking about his situation, you're like, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But he's also set up as someone that you're not supposed to root for, and that's why he was still being a dick to Matt.
That's what was getting me. Like, you understand why he is being the way he is, but then you're sitting there. He's like, you're ramming your head up against a rock wall, and so while your situation I can empathize with your situation, how you're trying to get out of it is not the way. You know. You still ruminating, Cal?
Honestly, kind of. I'm just really pleased at how good the show is. Like, just blanket statement. The quality of the show was something I've been very kind of scared of eventually it coming out and going one way or the other, right? So it was this kind of brewing anxiety of like, what if the show's awful and they shouldn't have ever like tried to bring back Daredevil as a story, bring back these characters and stuff like that. Now it's just turned into this laughing stock of the internet, essentially, right? So because I like this character a lot has been weighing on me with it, of like, is it going to be good? Is the dialogue going to be good? Is it going to pay homage to everything that's come before while not, just trying to blanket statement repeat it all? But like, it's good. And
yeah.
And not only is that kind of like just an uplifting weight off of my shoulders from it all, because I've been hyped for this for so long, but like, I also get to enjoy it because it's so good. And so it's just, yeah, I'm struggling to parse words at the moment because it's a lot of relief, but also just like, especially with a lot of the scenes from this episode, it hits on so many of the things that I've wanted this show to hit on. A lot of stuff that I love about Daredevil, a lot of stuff that I've loved about like the whole setting that was kind of brought up with the Netflix series and everything like that. So it's just been good. Like the dialogue's phenomenal. It's been a minute that I've been this immersed in a show when watching it, to where it's like, oh yeah, I need to breathe. That's right. Like, it's good. I know that that's not like a fun, elaborate sentence of just it's good, but like,
it does the job.
No, but I'm following you because we're in this weird age of this anti-intellectual negativity, and you want the thing that you love to not be attacked in that vein, but you want it to be good, but you also don't want it to be hated because it's not this thing that people want it to be, but not, you know what I mean? So there's this weird like third group that has emerged of like
hating the hate, it feels like.
Yeah, and
like after Andor too, it's like, I don't know how you can watch that show and not be like, that was just amazing.
Yeah, and so
it feels like this as well. So I guess that's where I'm a little discombobulated.
I'm not gonna lie, I do anticipate there will be some hate on the show just because he hasn't been Daredevil in the past couple episodes, and you're like, but it's so good. There's a reason for that, and that's what the story is. That's what story.
It's almost like it's called Born Again.
That's the entire premise of the show. I mean, you don't expect him to. I mean, because like the catalyst happened in the beginning, right? So there needs to be another call. And I feel like the first step in many steps was Hector, and then like we have Frank Castle coming in and like ruffling his feathers too, and then it ended with him, practicing with the rope dart. So it's he's being born.
I think you nailed kind of where my head was at that I couldn't piece together words for. I love that the show is taking time. I love that it set up something meaningful and potent in the first episode and really has hammered in meaningful and important things multiple times since then. And it's brewing to this building point of it being a, Daredevil born again, right? It's not just, yep, we wiped that away. We wiped away the Netflix series in episode 1, and now it's just Daredevil. Look at him do fun, cool flippy tricks. Yay! I'm glad that they are taking their time with this show, and it means so much to me.
Yeah, and so with the first episode, and I hope I didn't come off overly negative, because I didn't feel negative watching it, but I was like, brought them back, you killed Foggy, do something with it. Make it mean something. And that's what they're doing. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. that's what I wanted. Yeah.
And I think it was, I felt very similar, right? Like, you can't take this beloved cast and send one away and then kill another for it to not mean anything. And this episode really, really showcased that it means something to Matt, right? And that it's still something that he's carrying with him, and it's still going to be something that he will carry with him for forever. And that's the potency that I needed to see with Matt as a character, right? Like, because we get some of it with him in the first episode, right? But him lashing out in this episode's being like, he got life in prison. Like, that's the highest thing that I could have done, and I'm still not okay about it. It still doesn't make any of it right. And so putting him in that situation where he's questioning the legal system that he swears by and lives by.
Yeah.
Like, that's the stuff that you need to see.
Matt, throughout these last three episodes, has been challenged on multiple fronts as to whether his decision to put away the mask was the correct decision. The first thing was Hector, but even during Hector, he meets with Fisk and like he's challenged yet again, but like it was more of like a mental provocation. But we need to see Matt also being stubborn about it, which was what made the scene so powerful with Frank, is that he was so stubborn. He was like, it's not about Foggy. He got life, as you pointed out. He's trying his best to justify this decision so hard that when you start seeing him with the rope dart practicing, and you're like, the walls are crumbling.
Mm-hmm.
He can no longer stand to try to pretend that his decision was the right decision.
But that's something I love, is that the walls are crumbling. There are walls there. I feel like so many people don't want there to be walls there, and they want it to just be, oh, he's back to being Daredevil. It's like, no, like, then it doesn't mean anything.
The show would be like 10 times more horrible if Hector gets shot, and then the next scene is him swinging. He's reborn. He's reborn.
Yeah, I'd be like, what? Exactly. And so it's like,
that would be bad writing. Yeah.
And all of the parallels between Fisk and Matt, like, we've known something's been up, seeing bloody knuckles on Fisk this whole time.
Yeah, you called it.
Ugh.
Also, now I can't unhear
So good.
him swinging around, and then them actually being ballsy enough to have someone score the scene that way. Dun, 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 he's reborn. It's like an
I
Adam
just
West
think
Batman
about
thing.
like walking into your art dungeon and eating like a fat Italian sausage while there's a man in the cage going, "Let me out."
Yeah, that's a
It
Ramsay
just
Bolton
feels
shit.
like
That's his guilty pleasure dungeon. It's the painting, it's being cruel to people, and it's the food he wish he was eating throughout the day.
I mean, that's essentially Fisk's like micro born again, right? He's had,
But he hasn't
several
stopped,
catalysts.
is the thing.
Well, that it's a mirror of Matt's journey, right? He proclaims that he's clean, and he's going through all of these situations that is challenging his decision to go clean, right? And then the situation with Daniel messing up, and then Daniel doing this whole kind of spiel about like loyalty and stuff, and like trying to talk him down from the edge, and it works. But then he ends the episode going into the dungeon with all of his his guilty pleasures and
Vices.
Adam there, and so like Matt's constantly being challenged and he's being stubborn about it. Fisk is being challenged and being stubborn about it, and so I think that's going to be one of the more potent highlights of the show is when Matt is born again, so is Fisk.
yeah, and this whole time having Daredevil keep one of his, the little horn that was broken, signifying his fall, and I'm just wondering, like, man, are we gonna have to wait for him to commission another helmet and stuff? And then just to see, like, no, he goes up and he trains at night still, and he has a whole room full of them. Like, the devil's still in him.
Mm-hmm.
The devil.
And I love that we saw that too with the snap on Frank, right? Like him just hitting him when he was getting, too much, and immediately being like, "Oh crap."
I apologize. I apologize, sir.
and I feel like that actually resonates back with how he was at the end of episode 2, right? When he's like, no, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And the thing is it's also kind of him talking to himself, right? Like, don't beat the absolute snot out of these guys. Don't, unleash the devil on these two, let alone obviously him saying it to them, right? So this show's just good, man. I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot to mention the other catalyst, which was the police officer that continually reminds him, of Hector.
Mm-hmm. Which, it sounds like, based on the heartbeat, that he actually wasn't involved.
No, for
Yeah.
sure.
So,
Still a piece
So
of
there's
shit.
something else at play here,
Mhm.
but which leads me to believe that it actually was Fisk who ordered that hit. But the people he ordered it are, the wannabe Punishers, and I like how Punisher Frank did call it out. Last week, by the way, I was like, you know what? I need to find myself a good Punisher hat. And as I was looking online for one, it was hard to find. Because there's so many Punisher hats with a thin blue line,
Mhm.
with an American flag, or with Donald Trump hair.
oh,
There's way more of those than there are actual Punisher hats that you can find. And you're like, people are that dumb? Like,
that gave me immediate
Yeah.
indigestion.
yeah,
Indigestion.
Yeah, yep.
it's one of those things you hear and you want to poop, but like angrily.
Yeah.
I mean, here, this is my usual place I go for
I
family
miss,
stuff.
so I used to have a beanie that was a part of like some old subscription service where they sent a bunch of cool pop culture stuff to your door every month or something like that. But it was the Daredevil Double D, and their hat was red, but if you flipped it inside out, it was gray with the Punisher skull on it.
Oh, that's pretty. Sick.
I miss that beanie so much. I don't know what happened to it. It's somewhere in my life. It's been abandoned, and I'm sad about it.
Oh, I'll just send this to you. They have a lot.
But yeah, good episode, guys.
Very great. Very great. I like where the show is headed. How many episodes?
Thoughts on? I don't know. Hopefully 100 more. 10 more years of Daredevil.
We're gonna get it. The MCU is not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, that's ultimately the thing that I like harken back to whenever anybody complains about like Disney, Marvel, Disney, Star Wars, and stuff like that. I'm like, you don't remember the time when we were afraid of that there wasn't going to be more Star Wars or anything like this, and now we never have to worry about it. But anywho, yeah, that's all I got. I'm just excited for next week. I want to like take a week-long nap, wake up next week so we can do it all again.
I mean, you just want to. I do want to continue my pace.
Was that timed? You just want to?
No, it wasn't timed. I was
that was
actually
funny.
scheduling an interview. And I got an email confirmation.
Is that your email notification?
Uh-huh.
That was oddly perfect.
Right?
I thought you soundboarded that.
That's what I thought too.
Whoa, that's funny.
Well, until next week, I suppose.
Or
until Friday.
yeah. Next week for Daredevil. Friday for more Star Wars and pop culture.
When's Andor? April 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
I do need to make a PSA. Oh, we'll make a PSA here right now, and maybe I'll post it. For those of us lucky enough to go to Star Wars Celebration Japan, and for those of you who haven't been to Japan before, just a small little hack. Do not underestimate the Japan Rail Pass. You're gonna want to get the either the 14 plus day or the unlimited pass. It's gonna cost you several $100s, but do not underestimate how much more it's gonna cost you to get around Japan without it. The JR Pass gets you on the buses, on the public transport, and it also gets you rides on the Shinkansen bullet train if you want to go around Japan. So you're going to get the 14 plus day pass if you're going to be there for like tourist stuff after the fact, or just get it for the time that you're there so that you don't have to deal with public transportation fees. You know, it's literally just like like a Marvel Unlimited pass. You can go on the bullet trains, you can go on the public transportation, and it's all taken care of. So don't underestimate that. You'll get around a lot faster. You'll get around a lot cheaper, and it just opens up all the possibilities for you to go around Japan. That's
what I was gonna say. Is just having something like that means that when you're sitting there and you're like, oh, should we do this? Well, I'll have to buy this. I have to get it. You're like, no, I already have a way to get around, and it just removes one door that would normally keep you out from experiencing more stuff.
Yeah, it was my original plan, my original itinerary when that was on. That was one of the options back when I was planning things. We had plans to go to like the anime theme park with Godzilla and Naruto, the Hokage Mountain, the Red Panda Zoo. Like they're literally just Shinkansen all over Japan, and all we had to pay was like $400 for the pass. But like $400 for the pass versus $200 for a trip down to one place. You literally just get this pass and go wherever you want. You know?
I think also as somebody who's like a habitual worrier about stuff all the time, it just alleviates that anxiety of like, okay, like what do we need to do to plan like an Uber or like and it's like, no, we just jump on and we go.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's one less thing for you to have to think about.
Absolutely. And I guess I'll post this on TikTok for everyone to see. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this watch party of Daredevil. Hello to Thane.
Oh, we can hear the purrs. That's a happy kitty.
Join us on Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific, for Dyad in the Forest live show.
Be there.
Follow our good Dyad in the Forest contributor Cal4 on twitch.tv/Cal4. FORRER. But that's it. On to the next one.
For Daredevil and Death.
Gasp.
We are all
Born again.
yeah.
Thoughts and prayers for Alan.
Adam?
Adam.
Yeah.
I was been down there so long we don't even remember what his name is.
My brain went to Alan the Alien.
All right, bye
Okay.
guys.
Bye everybody.